Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We'll wait a couple minutes so everybody can come in. Notification just went out. Hola. Actually, yeah, we'll get started. We'll just jump right into it. We'll jump right into it. Let me say hi to the chat. Native girl, native girl, native girl. Good to see you. Hola, native girl. Say go. It's gonna be a good live. It's gonna be a chill live. Like always, like always. Didi Fuentes, good to see you. Flojo, good to see you. C&D from sunny South Florida, good to see you. Starfly 1219, good to see you. Jaded Bad, good to see you. Where's that? Well, let me see. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. Yeah, hopefully I don't miss anybody. If I did, raise your hand and I will shout you out. It's gonna be good live. I got my Coke Zero with me. Got my Coke Zero, 2 liter this time, because I've been running out of the 12 pack, and it's not on sale. Ah. Cindy Lynn, good to see you. Good to see you. Shark emoji. Coke Zero emoji. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's okay. Everybody's doing good. With a ton of ice too. I was at I stopped by one of my favorite gas stations and they have Coke Zero on fountain drink and I was like, yes. So I picked myself up one yesterday, but I made sure to get a 2 liter. Yeah, with some tacos. Ooh, because it was Taco Tuesday yesterday, so you know I had to stop by and get a Coke Zero, fountain Coke Zero, mind you. Cuff you, good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, I mean I can make some freaking. I'll make tacos. I'll invite everybody and um you guys can have beer. I don't drink, but you guys can have beer. Uh, I'll grill some tacos and oh, I'm sorry, Didi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'll fire up the grill. Yeah, I mean, what's better than firing up the grill and hanging out with your buddies? So yeah, hopefully everybody's good. Everybody's doing good. I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna play this video for you. It's the I edited out the ads and stuff like that with this the SF investigates one with the law and crime. I always want to say law and order, but it's law and crime. And yeah, I was on. Yeah, we're planning a cookout. Tacos, beer for you guys, some mineral water, some topo chicos, carne asada, pollo asado, adobada. Let's go. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. And sometimes my microphone sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't connect to where it does the noise cancellation. So hopefully it works and you guys aren't hearing the planes and everything and music in the background. But if if it does, then I'll try not to move too much. Ooh, mojitos. Yeah, mineral water for me. I'm sober. I've been sober for about 9 years now. I lost count, so that's a little insight about me. I'm sober from alcohol. I mean, I do smoke once in a while. The green stuff. But lately I've been taking vitamins. I mean, these vitamins, L-theanine vitamins is amazing. L-theanine. It's really good for sleep. It gets you. I sound good. Oh, okay. Thank you, Cindy. And yeah, and when I do cookouts, man, I don't like to be stingy with the stuff, with the meat, with the drinks, with whatever I'm having. I like to just get like pounds and pounds of it and just fire up the grill, and so everybody, joins in, and everybody has, like, I want everybody to get full and then take some to go too. But I want everybody to just get full, no like being shy about trying to get more or seconds. Like, no, get seconds, get thirds, like, let's go. Hmm. Bean Baby's in the house. How you doing, Bean Baby? You'll take five of whatever. Cuffy says, I'm gonna be lurking tonight. I have my stepdog and he is needy. Oh shoot. Okay. That dog is needy. You gotta give him some pets. Poison. um, so I lost my train of thought talking about tacos. So let me jump into this video because there's a few videos I wanna get through. And yeah, I was just on Heels Live, and I became a member. So if you guys haven't checked her out, if you guys haven't been subbed up to her channel, I have one of my mods drop her link. She's great. She's cool. She's got a good vibe, and I like being around people like that. So she's really great, a great person. Her intros are badass. Check her out. I was in there. Her chat was like, her chat was just, oh my gosh, I was dying laughing in her chat room. I was just, I was just laughing. And yeah, Pastor, let's go. And and I mean, it's just funny. Like, I think one of the mods was like, "Hey, look at this!" Like, I don't know. You guys had to be there. I don't want to go into it. It's you had to be there. And oh man, it was a fun live. I really hope she goes on. I know she's busy with her personal life, and definitely have to understand that. And but hopefully we'll see her more often. I mean, that's one of the channels I definitely see grow, and I can definitely see it blowing up. So definitely check her out. And I'll see if Native Girl can drop her link and sub up, member up. Yeah, go check her out. Tell her I sent you. The Shark family is very supportive, and it's Hio Sandra. Yeah, Hio Sandra's channel. Yeah, she's cool. So let me jump into this video. All right, let me jump into it. We'll get right into it. I lost track of time. I was like, oh shoot, it's been already 2 hours. You're fasting? Oh man. Who's putting it on calendar? Cindy, you're hungry? I'm telling you. Tripa too. Oh, tripa. What about tongue? You guys like tongue? I can make a mean tongue. Mean old tongue. Didi. Nah, you guys are cool. You guys are cool. Yeah, thank you, Native Girl. Yeah, if you guys whenever you guys get a chance, check her out. She doesn't go live much, but I was just in there. It was just the mods were, and everybody in chat was just cracking me up. And then Sandra was like, "Yeah, we've been on here for 2 hours," and I'm like, "Oh shoot, I gotta go do the live." All right on, Cindy. Yeah. She's like, "We've been in here for 2 hours," and I was like, "Whoa, I gotta go." But let me jump into this video, and then you guys just talk amongst yourselves. Damn, Bean Baby's fasting while we're eating tacos. Ooh, uh oh.
To 6 We have a new development in the David Celeste Rivas Hernandez story, and it centers on a Build-A-Bear certificate, a roller coaster, and an apparent trip to Six Flags. Private investigator Steve Fisher, who we've had on the show before, who is actually investigating this case, says that this could be a key moment in understanding what may have happened to Celeste. This detail could completely reframe the timeline and show that Celeste maybe wasn't just missing, but maybe was with somebody. We're going to dig into this and more right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so it's been some time, but we're diving back into just such a shocking and confusing case, one that we've covered a lot this year, the disappearance and death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez out in Los Angeles. This all started, as you may know, when a Tesla in Hollywood was towed, and officers then discovered human remains in the trunk. The body was later identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who had been reported missing months earlier from Lake Elsinore. Now, the Tesla was registered to 20-year-old singer David, real name David Anthony Burke, the Houston-born artist behind the hit Romantic Homicide. To be clear, no one has officially been named a suspect. There have been no arrests. David, again to be clear, has not officially been implicated in any wrongdoing or any crime. But obviously, there are questions. There are questions about David's connection to Celeste. There are questions about what this relationship could have been. When did he see her last? Did he see her? And these questions have never gone away. Social media lit up with claims of a possible relationship between the two, right? Apparent matching tattoos, maybe private messages, a rumored unreleased song with her name in the title. TMZ had reported at one point in time that those around David believed that Celeste was 19 years old, and now we have this new development, this Six Flags trip, which we want to talk about. But real quick, that Hollywood Hills home, which was near where the Tesla was found, that quickly became a centerpiece of this investigation. LAPD executed a search warrant. They collected electronics, maybe even searched drains, maybe photographed different rooms, but not everything was taken. And that is where private investigator Steve Fisher had entered the picture. Now, Fisher was hired by the property's owner, the landlord, who said he was frustrated by what he called a lack of information from law enforcement about what role that property, his property, may have played in all of this. And again, to be clear, this was a property that was leased apparently to David's manager, and David had been staying there. And again, this property was near the Tesla. So what does he do? He brings in Steve Fisher to conduct his own review of what was left behind. And now Steve, who we've had on this program before, says he found something strange, something that could maybe reshape the timeline of this case. During his investigation, Steve Fisher says that he uncovered a Build-A-Bear certificate that was made out to a girl named Esmeralda, dated April 21st, 2024. So that is just 16 days after Celeste was reported missing. And that date stood out because on that same day, April 21st, David had apparently posted a TikTok video riding a roller coaster that appeared to have been filmed at Six Flags Magic Mountain. There is a Build-A-Bear located inside Six Flags. So you put those facts together, right? A Build-A-Bear certificate for a child, a TikTok filmed at Six Flags, a then 13-year-old girl, because she was 13 at the time, who had been reported missing. Six Flags, they require guests under 15 to be accompanied by a chaperone aged 21 or older. So the questions now become, who was that chaperone? Who was Celeste with that day? If that person was David, what does that mean? Does it mean that the story of what happened to Celeste is maybe even more disturbing than anyone realized? We don't know. But we're going to be speaking to Steve Fisher in a minute to get some clarity on all this. And also a lot of misinformation, he says, is out there, and things that have been attributed to him that he says he didn't really say. So I want to get some clarity there. And we'll get into what the Six Flags development means and the timeline and any kind of other updates he may have. But to understand why this new Six Flags discovery matters so much, I just want to go back to where the case first broke wide open, okay? September 8th, 2025, a Tesla that had been sitting at a tow yard in Hollywood was inspected after workers noticed a foul smell. Inside the front trunk, officers found human remains that were apparently wrapped in plastic. That car was registered to David. The remains were identified as Celeste. Her body was apparently decomposed, and while the official cause of death is still deferred, police said they haven't ruled out foul play. However, based on comments from law enforcement, it's possible there may not even be a crime other than concealing the body. But since then, the investigation has focused a lot on that Hollywood Hills home where David had been living. And that is where private investigator Steve Fisher has spent months retracing every step, what was taken, what wasn't, what those overlooked details might reveal, who may have been driving that Tesla. If you've been following our coverage, you'll remember that Steve has shared a lot during his investigation. He uncovered some deeply unsettling details. He explained that there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of Celeste, describing the evidence as scary, sadistic stuff. Steve says he's been able to track the Tesla's movements, understand who had access to the property, recover photos, videos that help place people at the home at certain times. He's also been in contact with neighbors, reviewed digital media, gathered information that was handed directly to LAPD. All right, so now I want to bring on a special guest. I want to welcome back on to Sidebar Steve Fisher. Now, Steve is the private investigator who was hired by the owner of that property, the landlord, where David had been staying in. To be clear, it wasn't David on the lease, it was his manager, but we know that David had been staying there and that property was close to the Tesla. So Steve, so good to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us. A lot's happened since the last time we talked. I mean, let's talk about this. You have uncovered something regarding this apparent Six Flags trip. I mentioned it a little bit before, that you found this Build-A-Bear certificate in the name of Esmeralda that was dated, I believe, April 21st. So this is just about, 16 days after Celeste was reported missing, that David had apparently posted a TikTok at a roller coaster on the same day. What is this? If I got anything wrong, please let me know. But what does this detail suggest to you?
No, so that's right. So, he posted that TikTok, and it can, match that up to where it's a roller coaster called Scream at Six Flags. And Six Flags has a Build-A-Bear, a shop there. And they have them at different theme parks. They have it Knott's and whatnot. And I know some people are confused about that. But he was at Six Flags that day, and at the house, which is, I think, the important part that some of the people are losing sight of, is that we found the certificate at David's house, and it's in the name Esmeralda, and it's dated the same day, the 21st, that he was at Six Flags. And, and then just a few days later, Celeste is photographed at Esmeralda's high school graduation. And this is all during the time that Celeste is reported as a missing person.
So does that give you a time of when she may have been alive?
Well, yeah. So, this is going back, a year, but this is right after she went missing. So we've all been under the impression that she's been gone, over a year. But there's these times that we're now finding out, well, was she missing, or was she a missing person? So the family or whoever would get in trouble for her not being in school, or there would be a CPS report, investigation opened right away. It appears that they knew where she was at, and she showed up at graduation. She's shown up now at the Six Flags along with a cousin, and then she shows up in September arguing with neighbors at her own home. So, yeah. And the family has a responsibility to report that to law enforcement. If you have an open missing persons case on a minor, if you have any contact with them, you got to report that.
And was this information that has just recently been discovered by you? Is this something that you believe the family or law enforcement knew beforehand?
I don't know if, yeah, so we discovered it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I guess, not long after the search warrant took place. But I don't know if they really had reason. I don't know what the scope of that search warrant even was. So I don't know if it's something that they would have been looking for, or they've been after. They know that we know about it. I don't know if it's of any value to their investigation. I don't know if they're even investigating, or if they even care if people knew that Celeste really wasn't a missing person. I just think it's important for the overall story, to be told that, there were people that knew, and possibly people that could have intervened in this situation.
And to be clear, has this detail, given you a better understanding of what the possible relationship is or was between David and Celeste? Does it give you a time frame of maybe when they had last spoke or last had contact, if that's at all what's going on?
Well, last spoke or contact, it doesn't really help with that. So far, the last that I have proof of is January 2nd. Now, that's what I have proof of. I don't know what LAPD has. I don't know what some of her friends might have text messages from her. But what I have is January 2nd. But I think what it does show is that there was a relationship. They were doing things, social things, and she was out of school. She was on, she had dropped out. She was this, I think, seventh grade. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is really serious stuff. And I think it's it's sad that it was allowed to continue. And that's, I don't know why it was allowed to continue, but it was. And I think people knew where she was at. And it also makes me think that as soon as the news came out that a body had been found in David's Tesla, I think that family probably knew exactly who it was right away.
Now, last time we spoke, you had mentioned that there were these items at this Hollywood Hills property that weren't seized in the search warrant. Since then, have you uncovered anything new that helps clarify the timeline, maybe what happened at the house? I mean, last time you were on with us, you talked about that you believe something sinister was being planned, the idea of maybe discarding her body. Is there anything else you can tell us about that?
I can't give details about what those items were so yet because I just don't want to step on, LAPD's investigation. As far as finding anything new, I spent the whole day at the house again yesterday. I don't know if there's going to be too much more there to gather. There are these small pieces, like the Build-A-Bear and stuff in photos from the graduation that we can put this timeline together. But that really just kind of proves this relationship, and it was a known relationship. As far as what happened,
All right, so yeah, I mean there's oh, thank you, Didi, thank you, Didi Fuentes, for your dollar super chat. Thank you so much. Let's go. Oh, that's what I was wondering. Three different hearts of different sizes. That's the that's the emoji on there. Thank you so much, Didi, and thank you for your Cash App donation too. I really appreciate it. It goes a long way. 6767. Oh no, the backflip. I'll load that up in a minute. So yeah, they're just. I mean, he's saying about the Build-A-Bear, and I think Whitney was saying, "What if the Build-A-Bear gets him?" Yeah, that would be something, right? The Build-A-Bear. But hey, guys, hit the like button. 22, 69 people in here, and 22 likes. Let's see if we can get those likes a little bit up there. That way we can bring awareness to this case. We're not going to let this case die down. We're. I'm not. I'll definitely cover it, and I'll try to bring as much information as we can. I know there's not much right now, and so I want to be able to at least have an awareness for the case and just bring it out to the public and just let it not be put on the back burner for Reddit and everybody else on the internet. They're not letting this die down. They're everybody's anticipating the toxicology. Everybody is waiting for answers. Everybody is just wanting answers for Celeste Rivas. She needs justice, and we're gonna whoever the person did do this, whoever it may be, okay, they need to be held accountable, and they need to let be known that this isn't right. That this is something that is you just can't get away with something like this. And I've always stressed that, and I always will say that, and I always will continue to say it until there is justice and that there is somebody held responsible and held accountable for this, because this is just not right. Okay, you just shouldn't be allowed to put a minor 14-year-old Celeste Rivas into the front trunk of your Tesla in the hot hills of Hollywood and think it's okay and everything's gonna be good. No worries, I'll come back to it later. No, you shouldn't be able to feel that. You shouldn't be able to sleep at night. You should be able to look over your shoulders. You should be able to every time your door knocks that it's the law enforcement, or every time your phone rings, or every time you get a text messages, it's you shouldn't have any peace of mind. Okay, no peace of mind for whoever did this. And I think if we continue to push the story, and if we continue to uh, bring the awareness, then whoever may be, person or persons, to not be able to rest easy and have peace of mind. Um, hey Teddy, good to see you. Gold Digger, good to see you. Who else was just came in too? I thought I seen someone. If I miss you, raise your hand. I'll say hi. So I'll play the next one. And the thing too with the video, I edit out the ads, and I don't want to pause it. I know it's you pause it and then you comment on it. I'm on my phone right now, and it'll go back and forth. It is just a hassle. If I get dinged on it, I get dinged on it. I'm not gonna worry about it, but I want to be able to play this in its entirety, and I broke it up into two segments. So let me play the second part of this.
This relationship, and it was a known relationship. As far as what happened and when, it appears to me that January, February is when there's something happens with the Tesla. It stops being used regularly. And so I think that's going to end up being the date. But I could be wrong. I don't have any proof of what happened to her, or her being placed in that Tesla or being taken out of that
Yeah.
Tesla.
I was going to ask you, I mean, because in our last discussion, you talked about tracking the Tesla, who may have moved it. You believe that you have an indication about
Yeah.
who may have moved it. Obviously, haven't identified the person, but have you been able to pinpoint any more details about the car? Any new insights about it, how it fits into the picture?
No, not on that car, but we have learned that there was another one of his close entourage, a person that was actually on tour with him, that actually, there was another car that was reported being left right by the house for like 2 months, and then they had actually called to have that one towed as well. And then the day before it was going to be towed, when they came out for the third time, two men came and picked up the car, and we've since found out that that is somebody that was owned by somebody that was out on tour with David, and they just left it in front of that, across the street, on the same street, just parked on the other side of the road, kind of blocking someone's driveway for 2 months.
To be clear, the two people that moved that other car, was one of them the person that moved the Tesla?
No, so these are, I only know who one of them, only ID'd one of them. These are not people that are regular, and they were the owner of the cars. I think a family member and a friend or something like that. Not people that were around, and not David's people or anything like that.
Now, you've also been tracking the medical examiner timeline, the
Yeah.
LAPD's timelines actively, very closely. Have there been any developments there that you can give a better sense of when we might maybe even see an official determination about the cause of death, the manner of death, anything like that?
I think it could be in the next week to 10 days. And that's because, what I've been doing is tracking, her, she was discovered on the 8th, on September 8th. So I've been tracking the deaths for the months and weeks before that date, and the ones that were in deferred status. Those are usually the ones that are pending toxicology. And then I'm seeing that they're showing up as they're not deferred anymore, and they're showing, acute fentanyl intoxication or whatever. So they have, that shows
in other cases, yes.
So they've in other cases. So it shows that the toxicology has come back on those, and they're making determinations. And I've seen those as recent as September 3rd right now. So we could be, just days away from. Now that doesn't mean the autopsy report is done in total, but it does mean that on the website we could see a determination of cause and manner of death, which will then should free up LAPD to do what they're going to do.
Do you have any idea of what that could be based on what you're seeing? I mean, again, going back to our previous conversation, you had mentioned that there seem to be plans in that house of potentially discarding Celeste's body. Is there anything that you could tell us, anything you can glean, obviously without compromising the investigation, about what happened to her?
I can tell you that we did find opiate prescription medication bottles in the house. Now, they could, whoever those were, they could be taking them 100% legitimately. So just because you have pain medication, but there was a few bottles of it in the house, and my gut tells me, I have no inside information on this at all, but my gut tells me the way things are lining up right now, I'm feeling this is probably going to be something like an accidental overdose. And they just made a horrible decision after the fact because they didn't want the relationship to be, to get out there because it would definitely hurt his, career, if not him be criminally charged. And I think they just made a really, really bad decision. I think that the medical examiner would have been able to tell pretty quickly if, like, it was strangulation or anything like that, because you would still see the bone, the hybrid bone broken, or you see blood vessels broken in the eyes, stuff like that. Or if it was a gunshot, that's pretty obvious. So since they couldn't determine that, I think it's coming down to toxicology. So
because one of the last times we talked, or something been part of the conversation, is that law enforcement, as far as we can see, they haven't come out and said that there is a crime that was committed other than disposing of the body, unless something's changed, unless something's seen different. That's all that they say right now. I mean, they say it's possible that it could be something else, but it's also possible that, like you said, she died under circumstances where no one may not necessarily be held criminally liable, might not be a murder, but someone may be charged for disposing of the body.
Yeah, I mean, I think they said their exact words where might not be criminal culpability beyond concealment of a body.
Right.
And, that could be the truth. I think LAPD right now has a preliminary indication from the medical examiner's office. I'm sure that the toxicology results are back. I think that determination is still being made of what the cause and manner is, but I think LAPD knows, and we haven't really seen any, nobody's been seen coming in and out of LAPD headquarters or anything being, maybe being questioned, or, we haven't seen any statements of maybe attorneys getting ahead of what might be coming. So I don't know. I think it's going to be minimal.
I want to talk about some of the posts that you've shared publicly about the case and get your thoughts on it, because you've been very candid on social media, highlight some of the aspects that the public hasn't seen yet. You made a post earlier today, got a lot of attention, and that thread pushes back hard against a lot of what you say is community-driven misinformation in this case, because in it, you say that Reddit threads that were useful early on have now become, quote, overrun by people misreading your work and claiming that you said that Celeste was never at that house. You make a distinction there that I want you to state clearly on the record, right? Because first, can you explain what you did say about whether Celeste lived at that house versus whether she was ever at the house at any point?
Yeah, so what I said is we don't have any proof, meaning I've been pretty open that we found a lot of media, a couple thousand images, right? And in those, with Celeste in them, they're not at the house. So we don't have anything tying her to the house. Do I think she's at the house? 100%. I'm certain she's been in the house. I just don't have any evidence to say, here's the proof. A lot of people are.
So what makes you say that? I guess what makes you say that she was at that house at some point?
Well, I said I'm certain she was at that house at some time, just because of the relationship they had, but I don't have any proof that she was ever at the house. I don't have any pictures. Now, people are pointing to a different house on Doheny that was like a streaming house that her and David they did a stream from there, and there were several photos taken, and myself and LAPD and everybody's known about that house since the very beginning. And I think they're thinking that he kept that as like a safe house for her, and that I know is not the case. But we don't have anything that indicates she was living there. We do have indication that there was other females that were living in the house, maybe not full-time, but regularly. I mean, they had nightstands with their stuff in it and whatnot, but it didn't belong to Celeste.
I'm glad you made that distinction. And also because you also called out a lot of people on Reddit for jumping to conclusions, and that the public noise can affect an investigation like this. How has it? I mean, how has this, in your mind, the spread of what you see as misinformation impacted your work, your ability to understand what happened, collect evidence, maybe the LAPD's handling of the investigation?
I think in the beginning, if they were a huge help, I think there's a lot of stuff that LAPD would have never known about, especially in the Discord server, if it wasn't for Reddit. I think what my frustration is that, listen, every case I go to, I have this core group of people that just will take the exact opposite narrative of me. They're coming at me, and that just kind of muddies the water, because they're very loud, and they'll just say things that are just absolutely 100% false. They'll state them as fact, and that becomes distracting because there are a certain amount of people that they first thing they read they believe. I mean, there's this whole thing going on now about this Knott's Berry Farm, and nobody seems to understand the point is not whether they were at Knott's or Six Flags, even though they were at Six Flags. It's that the certificate ended up at David's house. So how did it end up at David's house if there wasn't a relationship that Esmeralda knew, that Emma was hanging out with them? So it becomes a little distracting there. But at the beginning, I got to say, it was really helpful because they have that entire server, and there's a ton of information in that Discord server,
Yeah, no, 100%. And by the way, talking about the house, so over the weekend, you tweeted about spending the afternoon at that house in Doheny. You described the anxiety, the fear that must live inside the people who may be responsible for what happened to Celeste. I mean, can you expand upon that a little bit more?
I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I personally think there's 4 or 5 people that know what happened, or at least that she was in that Tesla. And I just say, I don't know how they live with themselves. I mean, it's got to be eating them up from inside. I don't know. It just seems like if it was me, I'd want to just get it out there and explain my role in it and beg for forgiveness, because it's going to be too late. It's like if we're waiting for investigators to prove it first, and it's too late. And I don't understand how they it's got to be eating them up. I don't know how they sleep. I don't know how this is a 14-year-old girl that ended up in a Tesla trunk for a long period of time. And some of these people are out on tour and just going about their regular life. And I think that's just something that's going to end up haunting them. And I just urge them to come forward, come clean. Like, this is not about beating charges. This is about doing the right thing for a 14-year-old girl.
And to be clear, when you say these are people that might have knowledge about what happened, but not necessarily physically were responsible for where Celeste was found, that's what you mean?
I personally, myself, right now, if you had asked me, I think this is probably like an overdose, an accidental thing that they did not have a hand in. Maybe they had drugs around that it shouldn't have been, but I don't think anybody at this point of anything that anybody killed Celeste, right? So that makes it even worse for me. But the fact is, she ended up in this. Instead of calling first responders, they put her in this Tesla. And I just, I wanted those people to think about, like, this is going to weigh on your mind for the rest of your life. Come forward, say what happened. This 14-year-old girl, she deserves that, and I just hope somebody will.
And one more thing I wanted to get a little bit more clarity on. You clarified recently regarding the items that were found in the house. You say there's been a misquote that is circulating online suggesting that you referred to the items that were found in this Hollywood Hills home as heavy tools or farm machinery. Can you clarify what you meant?
Yeah. So that I will say that publication did retract that statement. It was a recorded interview. So they have changed it, but of course it was already out there. But so what I said was, and what I've always said was, these were items that you would not find at a house. It would have no purpose at a house in the Hollywood Hills. It's items you would find more like in a farm environment. And that's exactly what I said. They're just not, it would have no use at a house in the Hollywood Hills.
If you don't want to identify what those items are, can at the very least you say, would it be items that someone could use to dismember a body?
To dismember and completely dispose of.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
I mean, that's where the sadistic part came from. This was not about, like, maybe dismembering her or anything. This is about evaporating her.
Look, Steve, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you clearing the record, setting straight what is available, what isn't available, what we may expect, what we might not expect. I really appreciate you coming on here, giving us our audience, the world, an opportunity to get a kind of an inside glimpse about what may be happening here. I think everybody's looking for answers, but really, most importantly, the loved ones of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, her family, her friends, they need answers more than anybody else. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Steve. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
And that is all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as
Yeah, that's the thing. He says evaporates towards the end. I mean, I think, man, I think sometimes with this guy, SF Investigates, I mean, I respect what he's doing. I really do. I think sometimes when he says things like sadistic, evaporating, it's like, how are we supposed to take that, right? How are we supposed to interpret that? If, hey, Scratch That Paint, hey, Molly, hey, Darcy, good to see you guys. Good to see you. Let's see if hopefully I didn't miss anybody that just came in. And yeah, and I'm thinking too that that's something that there was somebody on Reddit that had. Well, hey, what's up, Della Day? Good to see you. That somebody on Reddit was saying something about the evaporation, and they were they were saying that something with the farm that they had to just they what's the word? They disintegrated a whole horse with acid and with these chemicals on the farm because they had to get rid of the horse. And I was like, whoa. So that makes more sense that somebody would do something like that in a sadistic way. My impression was that a sadistic was you're alive and you're inflicting pain for your own pleasure. But then it's like, not necessarily. So it's like we're splitting hairs in a sense. I mean, I'm not full on know about the psychological part of that, but I think when SF investigates kind of goes off into a different arena, so to speak, is like I don't think he can communicate what he's trying to say to the public how he means it. Is my interpretation when he says evaporates. To me, evaporating is is you're boiling somebody and it's evaporating. You know, you have to have a high degree of energy to evaporate somebody. So is he misspeaking? Is he um, not communicating as well? You know, you're evaporating somebody. I mean, that takes a lot of energy. Yeah, an incinerator and flojo. That's what I know. Somebody was saying that an incinerator, but I mean, where would an incinerator fit inside the house? Or was it at the garage? How come, you know what I mean? I mean, if it's in the garage, that could be it too. But I mean, an incinerator is huge. Yeah, go poof, right, Molly? Yeah, go poof. So it's like, how are we supposed to? I mean, jeez, man, how are we supposed to interpret that? Do you see what I'm saying? And then he goes and he starts to he gets defensive when we're like, I don't know, speculating or having our opinions, which we have every right to. And yeah, he keeps using the same terms, yeah, but not making it clear what he's saying. Yeah, I agree, Cindy. And I mean, I agree. I agree that he wants to be vague. He wants to not you step on law enforcement toes. Um, that was my first guess, Molly. Is is something of that nature, something with acid, something with a barrel, something that's farm equipment, or how he. I mean, it was good that he said that it was the Daily Mail um, that misquoted him. So I mean, he should have just come out and said that it was the Daily Mail that misquoted him, the Daily UK Mail that misquoted him. Why was he going after other people and saying that, hey, that's not, being so defensive? Um, I don't know. I could see now why people don't like him and don't they. I can see why he rubs people the wrong way, or he comes across as not communicating. Again, I respect what he's doing for sure, 100% with this. And I think, but we should be allowed to have our opinions about what's going on with the case and what's going on with what he's saying. Same with me. I mean, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. Do your own research and take what I say with a grain of salt. And if I get things wrong, then I get them wrong, and I won't be defensive about it. I'm not above that either. Do you see what I'm saying? I will definitely speak. If somebody sends me an email and it's this or that, somebody left a comment on my page and was like, "Well, technically, it's like 30 minutes down from downtown," and that's true. The Hollywood Hill, or the second home, is about 30 minutes from downtown. So I kept saying downtown. Things like that. There's a way to say it. There's an elegant way to say things. We're all adults, and I think that was really good. Hey, technically this or that, it's not really downtown. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And then now I'm saying that. I'm saying, yeah, the second home is technically not downtown, and it's about 30 minutes from downtown. So there's a way to respond, and there's a way, I think, in my opinion. I don't know. Um, Let me catch up on chat. Oh, the cleanup crew, Bean Baby. Yeah, Cindy, it's the homeowner, but I think it's just for liability purposes, and to make sure that nobody died in that house, because from my understanding it lowers the property value, and you have to disclose that. So I'm sure the homeowner wants to know if anything nefarious happened in there, or if somebody died in his house, because he has to disclose that. And who's going to want to buy a house uh, when either a murder or something like that happened in the house? I would imagine that's where his angle is too, and his angle is also about knowing what the heck is going on in his house. Absolutely, he should, hire somebody or get somebody to investigate what's going on, and that's where SF Investigates comes in. I just wish he would communicate what he's saying a little bit better, even if he's being vague. I get it. Just communicating it a little bit better. And towards the end, I saw that he was saying, come forward, do this, do that. I do appreciate that. I really do. Kudos to him, and kudos, respect to him keeping the story, and keeping the awareness out there too, because that's really important too. So I don't want to discredit all that just because I disagree with him on certain things. I think it's okay to disagree, and it's okay to have a difference of opinion, but also have a respect for that person. Oh, the gore videos the other day? Yeah, wasn't David into like a bunch of gore? Which picture? Scratch that paint. Yeah, native grow. Evaporation involves going from liquid to vapor. Right. That's how I interpret it too. Yeah. Uh, Whitney says, well, if one of the items was stolen, the original packaging, can't they work backwards to the store site they got it from and see who paid for it? You would think so. You would think so. David would watch Cartel Unalivings to sensitize himself. Well, he's admitted in his Discord that he likes gore and that he had a problem with gore. Dale Dank, remember that on the Discord? He was saying he used to like to watch the gore. I don't know if he still does or not, but it sounds like he was into that, into gore. Oh, battery acid, Bean Baby. Things that make you go, says Cindy. Cindy, how you doing? Um, yeah, just catching up on chat. Let's see. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat real quick, and then I'll go to a separate thing that I wanted to do to kind of have what some of you guys were saying about giving drugs to a minor. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hello, Westside. Good to see you. Darcy says, "Yep, David shared in Discord he was into watching gore and thought viewing a cartel online was cool." Whoa. He said he saw cartelling unaliving. That's what Darcy and Del Denk were saying. Whoa, that's crazy. Flojo not only moved it, but put Celeste in the front. Mm-hmm. West Side Piff, David might be innocent. Well, yeah, he's innocent until proven guilty. I mean, there hasn't been charges or anything brought against him, and their police are saying that he's not a person of interest or suspect from what people are saying. Now, will that change later? We don't know. Cindy says, Cindy from sunny South Florida, my question is, if he's not going to tell us anything, why do all these interviews? Very good question, Cindy from sunny South Florida. Very good question. Dank Darcy, that's why he felt so comfortable doing what he was doing. Cindy Lean, thank you for understanding. Yeah, for sure. Everybody has their own opinions. Like, I welcome your guys' opinions, and if you guys don't are differ from that or from his or from anybody, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. Westside, it's been a month no rest. I don't think he did it. Westside Piff is saying, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's people that yeah, that like he didn't do it. He didn't do anything, and I mean, it looks bad for sure. I think we can all agree on that. And he might just be the most unluckiest person alive. And this is going to be just some crazy coincidences. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Didi says, Flojo, I'm following you. Gold Digger says, yeah, maybe he's trying to protect the investigation process with the LAPD. Maybe it's best not to put out certain vague information. Of course, people will speculate with info put out. 100%. 100%. So don't come at us, SF Investigates, when we have our opinions and we're speculating. I mean, come on now. I mean, that's just where I'm coming from. And you're saying that Reddit is not a good source of information anymore at the beginning. So it's like, what? You got your information and that's it. I mean, there's plenty of information in there, and I'll case in point when I bring it up. There's some information that I just found out today, and even more information. It's where you looking for the information. Of course, I can bring up from one picture that I bring up. There's many that I've don't bring up because why? It's just unrelated. It's not good information. But why focus on that? Let's focus on what is good information from Reddit. Let's focus on the people that do care about this case and are looking at pictures and trying to find information and trying to find the location and trying to put the dates and times when she was alive. How about that? Of course, there's going to be misinformation. Of course, there's going to be information that isn't relevant or muddying the water. Of course, look past that. Again, for every one picture that I bring up, there's hundreds of pictures that I've looked through. Of course, but why focus on the hundreds of pictures when there is good information there? But so I mean, yeah, you do have a point. SF investigates when it comes to that. Gold digger, yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, I read that. BB says they haven't even interrogated him. Yeah. Well, he has his lawyer to talk for him. Deladang says in California you can only hold someone for 72 hours, so they have to let you go. They probably don't want to bring him in without evidence. I think so too. Yeah, I agree with that. Mollywood Kush says if somebody was murdered on the property, he has to disclose to renters. Yeah, if somebody was murdered, right, in the property, you have to tell your renters. Yep. Thank you for that, Molly. Beanbay, that was his car enough to interrogate him. Deladang. But Beanbay wouldn't hold in court. He would have to been let go. Gold digger, Deladank, right? They would need solid evidence to keep him. I think so too. They would need evidence to keep him. And think about all the footage and I want to say evidence and that they have to go through. I don't think they could go through that in 72 hours. Westside Piff, that Tesla had some damage. Wonder what happened. Their bumper all wrecked up. Chloe says, surprisingly hot enough market for homes where famous deaths happen. I mean, someone bought Chris Watts' house. Absolutely true. Yeah, there is a market for people that are interested in those types of home. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, you're right. Deladank, he was on tour when the car was found. Bean Baby. If someone calls CPS, they wouldn't hold the kids for 72 hours. They take the kids while they investigate. Right. Same should be for this case. When the car was found, not even when the car was parked. Mollywood says David is a pedo. LAPD is knowing that fact. Deladank. B&B, yeah, but there's no proof of anyone putting her in the car. Scratch that pen. The one with the tools and green tape. I don't know which one you're talking about. Maybe if you can send me an email, I'll see if I can post it up. Just the car being moved and it would not hold in court, Dunningson. Daily Dank 48 hours minus weekends. Wow. Thank you for that, Chloe. Normal good. I just think actions speak louder than words. Yep, absolutely. Flo, look at the screenshot. I sent you, Mark, something I just found out today from Neo, very relevant to this conversation. Okay, I'll check that out in a second. I would want to catch up with chat. Let's see. His music. Yeah, I listened to his music. 2.5 videos I got through, and then I couldn't do the rest of his music. Never get busted on the weekend. Let's see. Darcy, yes. Ellie will go after anyone, drug dealers or friends who provide substance which leads to anybody's OD. Absolutely. California is so screwed up. I think he's guilty as hell, but his lawyers are doing a great job creating so much doubt. I think so too. I think they're working behind the scenes, putting out that misinformation. Yeah, his song's West Side. Yep. Hojo says can't support him after this incident. So many people I know knew his music but didn't even know what he looked like before this case. West Side, something weird about him, that neo-Asian guy. Yeah, the neo-Asian guy that might have been gay lovers. Uh, yeah, I don't know if they, I mean, I don't know what their relationship was, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let me play this video because I wanted to touch up on, this is from, it's, uh, it's from Dr. Vona's chat, and I asked permission to play this. So let me play this. There's a caller, Maria. I think she's German or Russian or something, but she makes some really good points. How you guys were saying on the, on the other side of what SF investigates. And sometimes when people say, "Oh, just moving the body," "Oh, besides moving the body," I mean, it seems like they're minimizing it. I mean, you guys think it's okay to move a freaking body, a minor, into the front trunk of the Tesla? I mean, come on now. I mean, that's some heavy stuff, in my opinion. So let me play this, and it's a phone call with Dr. Vonna. She's really great. I'll drop her link or have one of the mods drop it, and I want you guys to listen to this because they made some really good points on here. Again, I did have permission from her to play this.
Maria, I remember you from before. Hold on, we're going to add Maria to the stage. Hi, Maria.
Hola, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't say I'm not doing bad at all. I'm doing fine.
Oh, awesome. Tell me about any of the cases, what you're thinking.
I really wanted to see what's going to happen with this David guy. I try to get him out of my head. I can't do it because it is so wild to me. All of this is so wild to me. But just waiting for the medical examiner to come back. I think that's what they're waiting for right now.
Yes. And how long do you think it's going to take? I feel like it's been forever.
It's been like 6 weeks or so?
I think so. I think it takes like 6 to 8 weeks. So hopefully pretty soon. Oh, how about I didn't have my mic on, but it's on now. But hopefully pretty soon we have that back. So let me ask you a question. If they come back with that and they say that she had any drugs in her system at all, even marijuana, do you think that that's going to go against her, even though it shouldn't?
I think that what should happen is somebody should be held responsible for giving her these substances. I mean, you remember when Matthew Perry died? And they say at first he had an overdose, right? And he was suicide or something. Well, come to find out, no, it was homicide because they go after the drug dealers that give him this. So she is a minor. She should be treated in the same way, even more so.
Do you think they would be able to figure it out? Do you think they would even be able to figure it out?
Well, I would think that considering what happened after that happened, where she ended up and everything, it just seems like, I don't know, it just all falls together to me.
Yes, I agree. I love talking to you. I'm so glad you called.
Thank you.
Are you looking over any other cases?
No, I am just in a rabbit hole of this David guy. Just
A rabbit, a rabbit
I
hole.
never heard of him until this case. I never ever hear of him, but he's supposedly so famous.
Yeah, well, his music, have you listened to any of his music since?
God, no,
No, it's
no.
actually not bad. He's not a horrible, he's not bad at it. So I think that's what makes it even more egregious is that he had all of the, like, he had the recipe for success. And if he did something or if this was like nefarious in some way, it's like just being able to throw out all of that success or that possible success for what?
Maybe because at the end of the day, he's a pedophile.
Mm.
That could get in the way of your success, right? If that's your preference.
Yes, it could. It could, but this is my only thing. So I'm the first one to say that him wearing the Hello Kitty stuff, like all that stuff, I feel like that is so
It's
predatory.
creepy, yes, and grooming.
Grooming. Oh my God, that's the word I'm looking for. It's grooming 100%, right?
Yeah.
So, but I feel like since this came out, there would have been more, not would have, but that there would be more people in a similar boat that also, you know how like when somebody finally tells something and then everybody else starts coming out of the woodwork, like, oh, that happened to me too.
Yes, yes.
But we don't really see any other, I mean, unless there's something that I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows of anything.
But it seems like this was his girlfriend for, a substantial period of time.
Do you
Whether
think,
he was just playing house with her or whatever, it seemed like they were a couple for years.
no, you're correct. I agree with that. No, I definitely agree with that. Do you think that he had her living at a different place? Because
I
they said,
do.
yeah,
I
because they said they
do.
couldn't find anything, any evidence that she was at that mansion.
I can believe that. I can believe that he would be, or maybe somebody else would tell him to be smart enough to keep her away from that house, from the cameras and all those things. But I've
That,
seen that other place where it shows the kitchen is the same in this other place. I don't
yeah,
know where it is.
the one with the live stream you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
I saw that. I saw that. That's interesting, right? Because it matches up exactly. I have to say, internet sleuths are like outstanding.
Man, they're the best.
They went on Zillow and literally narrowed it down doing that.
It's amazing what people can do when they come together. Truly, it is.
It really is. Did you ever see that documentary? Don't F with cats.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
everybody that
That
comes.
guy. Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, what a crazy. That's a crazy one.
What an attention whore he was, eh?
No, yeah, I hear you. So do you think we're going to find something soon?
I sure hope so. I think that the answer will be in the toxicology report. But, the thing I found out the other day, this will be the last thing, then I won't take all the time up.
Oh, yeah.
But they said that one time the first time she disappeared was on Valentine's Day in 2024. The first time she go missing. That
Wow.
is the same day that the lease was signed by Josh Marshall, the manager for David, and we know that
Really?
David lived there. Yes,
I did
that
not know that.
that is no coincidence to me.
All right, so that is Dr. Vana. She's great. I posted, here's her link. Really cool person. Real super smart, but really down to earth person. There's the link. I just dropped it. And yeah, I spoke with her and got permission because what they were both, um, the caller, Maria, and can you guys hear me? And yeah, I mean, they had really good conversation and going back and forth about it. Again, Dr. Vaughn is great. I dropped her link. Check her out. Go sub up. She's great. And so Maria, the caller, was saying that okay, they said it was a overdose or accidental, and then it came back that it was drugs. So they went after the drug dealers, and then it became homicide. So even if it's a overdose or even if it's this or the other, you're not in the clear. You know what I mean? And I feel like that kind of gets skipped over. And I'm glad that this caller called in and brought up those points and brought up about the grooming and about the Hello Kitty. It's like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And I feel like these these topics are being skipped over. And so I'm really glad that this call came in and they were having a really good conversation. So I wanted to share with this with everybody. So there's another 3 minutes to it, so I'll play that. Let me play it right now.
Come
No,
on
not
now.
at all. No, it's not. I agree with that. I can't believe that though, right?
Yeah. So I guess the SF investigates. He's the one that said this on, I think, Engineer Levy show.
Gotcha. I have to check that out. I just saw her something about um Brian Koberger. So that was the last thing I watched of hers, but I have to go back and look.
She's
Cuffy
not
says
she's not my favorite, but I don't hate her or nothing. But she's not my favorite, but sometimes she has good information. So
she
you know.
definitely does. No, she has great information. And Cuffy says that Celeste ran away on her own in February. But that's interesting, right? If he were to sign a lease in that same month, that's suspicious.
That she run away in the same month. And
And
the last point. I'm sorry, I said
no, go
last
ahead.
point. But I want to challenge everybody to think about was this girl really, as we see on TV, is that really what running away from homes looks like? She's in like sandals, pajama bottoms, and like a hoodie over her head to
I
go get
think so,
into
though.
David's car.
So I think so. I think that she had on Hello Kitty sandals, and we know that that was her favorite. And I have a 17-year-old, so they definitely go outside with pajama pants and sweatshirts and sandals. So that wasn't as. What about that was
But I mean, like
suspicious?
no money, no clothes, no
Oh, she didn't need it,
on
right?
foot, with sandals on and pajama pants and an oversized sweatshirt.
No, I hear you. There was no money or anything, but she
Yeah,
might. What if she didn't have money and stuff, and somebody like a David was like, "Don't worry about that."
then that's grooming, and that's not her running away. That's a grown man kidnapping her.
I love that point, Maria. You get an A plus. I never even thought of it that way. You're a
Either
1,000%.
that or you're interfering with the custody of the parents because he's not related to the family. He does not have permission from them, and he's a predator. Period.
Period. Period. So Cuff says February 19, 2024, Celeste Riviera was found safe and returned home. But was that the time where we saw her at the neighbors? I wonder if anybody knows that.
I don't. I will get off of your thing so it will free up so people, if they know more than me, they could go right ahead and short
Oh,
details.
I appreciate you, Maria. Thank you so much for calling and happy Halloween.
Well, right back at you, doctor. Thank you so much. Have a
Oh,
great
you're
day,
the best.
everybody.
Please call back in again. You were great.
You bet. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you, Maria.
Bye.
Bye bye. All right. That was a great, great, great caller. I love that. Daniel from
All right, so yeah, you see, that's I really did like that conversation between Dr. Vana and the caller Maria, talking about grooming, talking about the Hello Kitty stuff, talking about running away with no money, no backpack, just sandals, or whatever she had, a sweater, what's going on, and then they go back and forth and saying, well, that's called grooming, that's a power dynamic. So, I mean, a really good conversation on this topic that I feel that it gets skipped over. And when she said the word kidnapping, I was like, wow, it just changes your thought about the dynamic of somebody that's it's you know, it's a kidnapping instead of running away. And I mean, we hear that all the time. We hear that she's running away, and it's like it's maybe she's going to, you know, going somewhere. I mean, they're more smart about this, and I can't really articulate it as well as they do. And so check her out. I'll see if I can have her on on. She volunteered. She was like, let's do a live together. I was like, yeah, for sure. So I definitely want to bring her on to get that side, the psychological part, and the more, because her channel is like the minds behind Dr. Vana. What is it called? Let me see. It's like the minds behind true crime with Dr. Vana. Yeah. So she goes into detail. She did like the Cobra case. She's on with Drunk Turkey Show too. So yeah, I'll see if I can have her on so we can get her perspective on it. And yeah, kudos to Maria too. She's really great conversationalist, really good points in there. So I really did like what she was saying. Is how come they don't frame it as a kidnapping, right? We always hear about her running away, running away, running away. And when she said that, I was like, wow. It just changed. It just changes things, right? It just changes the narrative, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Stoke dissension. Yep. On point. On point. Yeah, February 14th, right? That was the day that um, they got the Hollywood Hills home, Valentine's Day, and that's the day she ran away. Again, there does the word running away. I mean, I even said it. Hearing it so damn much. Oh man, I don't know. I'm really in a state of anticipation. Yeah, Didi, right? Yeah, she called in and I was like, dang, she was just on fire with those. So I really wanted to play it again. I did have permission from Dr. Vaughn. I'll drop in her link again. I've been spamming it, so you guys can check her out. If you haven't already, sub up to her channel. She's great. She's got a lot of, and I always tell her this, that her shorts, her video shorts, they have helped me out in my real personal life. So I always thank her for that because it's like information that just clicks. The way she says the information, it just clicks, and she says it to where you're comprehending for the layman person like myself. She says it in a way that, you know, like it just clicks. So that's what I really like about it, and she's really a sweet person and very grateful too. Yeah, she's cool. All right, let me yeah, 14. Yep, a child. Let me go over comments real quick. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. When he says, but if you run away, you're usually taking things that are of emotional importance to you. You're not just taking your flip flops. Yeah, that's a good point. And do you guys remember the liquor store video too? Like, how do they know it was a black car, but they don't show it on video? It's like it cuts off before that. I walked that area too. Pretty interesting. Oh, Cindy Lynn says she probably already had stuff at his place. Dang, that's a good point too. See, that's what I'm saying. Things like that just click. Um, I mean, that seems so obvious, but I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, she probably does have stuff over there. So why does she need to bring stuff, right? Dang. Yeah, thank you for that comment, Cindy. That was good. Um, Diladink, if she said David did it, he did it. Let's see. Darcy says Hello Kitty Crocs are a preteen thing too these days. Gold Digger, the rugs and pills were a big topic in the Diddy trial. The distribution to sex workers, and they were adults, but it's still a factor. So it should be not be downplayed in this case if that was involved. Yeah, absolutely, right. Especially with the minors. I mean, you're talking that it plays with the adults, right? With the party scene with the adults. I mean, what about teens and then the minor, right? Celeste Rivas. Dang. hmm I mean that to me should not be something light or be taken light. How it almost kind of seems like, oh, well, it might just have been an overdose. Mm, okay. That doesn't make it any more less heinous. We can't have it both ways. Whitney says it's either she's running away or she was groomed, and it's looking more like she was groomed. Um, it looks that way for sure. It looks that way, in my opinion. I mean, my opinion is that there was some sort of grooming and there was some sort of power dynamic, right? Um, where he's coming from money and fame, and I mean, is he targeting teens, minors? Is that something that he's doing? Is that something that he's purposely doing? Or I mean, I don't know. Um, let's see. Stoic says, for sure, Del Dank hanging out with Aunt Nancy is a hard pass. No, thank you. She's awful. Winnie says, yes, she was groomed from such an early age that she know the difference. She didn't know what was going on, what was wrong. Maybe she maybe that's why they got rid of her. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I mean, a lot of tough questions. Darcy Celeste had fake IDs provided by David at the hideaway house. De La Dang, dude, my niece mom was 13 when I met her. She was running a freaking muck, wouldn't go home for days, at times weeks. She was 13, huh? She was my niece at 15, and even with my niece, she still couldn't stay home. That's the thing too. And it's like, what are you gonna do, right? Are you gonna like just strap them down? What can you do, right? At that point, I mean, you have to go to work, you have to live your life too, and I get it. And I don't want to be that type of person that's all high and mighty about if that was my kid, I would do this, I would do that. I mean, sometimes we don't know how we're gonna react or how it's gonna play out in our personal lives. We see it, and it might not be how we might think it'd be, but we're saying like, oh, if I was this, if I was her mom, I would do this, I would never do that. I get it. I used to be like that too, but then it's like maybe there's something more there. I was watching this documentary, and this lady, she's like the lieutenant of the missing persons case in her department, and she's got a daughter, a teen daughter that is a runaway, and she's the head lieutenant of the missing children and missing people in her county. She's the lieutenant, and her own daughter is a runaway. Does that make her a bad mom? No, I don't think so. I think we're all just trying our best. I really do think that. So, I mean, it could happen to anybody. Still, I like Maria. She was on point. Cindy Lean, technically kidnapping is for profit. Abduction is the correct word. Oh, abduction. But here, grooming. Interesting. I'm just catching up on chat. Yeah, definitely sub up to Dr. Vaughn. She's great. Hey, Kalisa Cats, good to see you. True Crime with you. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. I was just talking about you at the start of the live, how I was cracking up being in there in your mods and your chat, which is, oh man, I had a good time in there. I was like, I was just, man, you guys were making me laugh big time. The emojis too, your emojis. Yeah, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. see. Dodink, he seems controlling from what I've seen, checking it online. What's your seeing some pics to give me your input, because it could be, or am I tripping? Yeah, for sure. Let me drop your link in here too. Yeah, because you let me see. Heal Sandra. And then I think Kara, one of your mods, was like, "Hey, look at this," and then it was like a picture of. It's just, it was a picture of Paula Dean. I'm like, that came out of left field. Oh man. Oh. And then you were like, "It's all right. It's our two. We're at the 2 hour mark." And I was like, 2 hours. Oh man, I got lost in there. I was like, I gotta go do my live. I forgot all about it. Yeah, check out Hio Sandra, True Crime with Hio. Um, she's cool. She's chill. And go sub up. Become a member too, if you can. And if not, go replay. She's got a cool intro. So that's her link right there. Let me drop it again with the with her name on here. Yeah, and Diana Downs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, your whole chat and everybody there is pretty cool too. So it's like I like being with like-minded people, the like-minded chat, things like that. I really like your vibe. All right, so let me dog gangs. All right, dog gangs. Woo! Made it. Rufio banning, they're stalling and delaying every corner. All of us would be locked up, out of bond, proving our innocence, but not with the creep David. Surely he has no attachment to the dead body at all. Oof. You good, dude? If you know, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. Heel for sure. And I think I'm very just like keep on grinding with this case with Celeste Rivas, with Jake Carroll, uh, covering Jake Carroll too from the beginning, and bringing everybody along. Every time I go to the memorial, every time I go to court, every time I go anywhere in respect to these cases, everybody comes with me. I'm not alone. You guys have my back. You guys come with me, and it's such a great feeling to not feel alone in the courtroom, because it is scary being in there with a monster. And I think about you guys, and I think about the support, and I keep thinking, just give 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 your audience the truth about what's going inside of the courtroom, the rawness of what's going inside of there. And if you were scared, just say you were scared. And I was scared of David, of Jake, too, of Jake Carroll. And I really wanted to share that with you, to prove a point that it's just a different feeling when you're in there, as opposed to, yeah, I was scared. Yeah, I was scared. I've never been scared of anybody in my life before. Never, never, of any human, until I stepped into that courtroom and Jake Harrell was in there. And yeah, I was definitely scared. I'm not gonna lie. That dude's a monster. His energy is just way off. It's like a black hole of nothingness, of no feelings. And Jake Carroll, I've never felt that like that with any person in my life before. And when I was in there, I felt that with him. It was like being next to a non-human, like somebody from another planet. But kind of went sideways there. Let me get back on track. Um, I mean, speaking of Reddit, look at this right here that I found out. And let me shout this person out right here. Justice for Celeste. Just just here to investigate. Yeah, Cindy. Yep. Um, in the presence of evil, and yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy. Oh, you just checked, Whitney? Still deferred? Thank you for the update. Gold Digger Della Dank and why they not investigating the obvious things to look into. SF is saying the last known appearance of Celeste, as far as we know, is January. Shaking my head. Yeah, right. It's like January, which was kind of odd, right? That's what he was saying. Saw. Close says, has anybody looked into Jake Harrell's childhood? I'm curious. I haven't. I'm not sure what was going on with that guy's childhood, but you just never know um, what makes somebody kill a 7-month year old baby. It's something unfathomable, something unimaginable for us because we don't have those feelings, we don't have that thought. So, whew, yeah, yeah, it's freaking heavy, freaking heavy. True crime heel. That's funny. You have that magic touch. Yeah, I definitely just try to lead with my heart and lead with respect. And that's just, yeah, that's just, I mean, that's just how I do things. And there's times when I'm like, man, I want to do this, and I just do it. Like going to the memorial, like, man, I want to go and get flowers for Celeste Rivas memorial. I mean, if you guys feel that way too about anything or anybody and missing cases or missing people or the missing and the murder, just go and do it and pay your respects. Go take flowers. I mean, it seriously means a lot, I think. I mean, the energy that somebody puts into going there to the memorial or a vigil or a gathering or awareness. I mean, that's huge when multiples of people do that. It fills that gap, that darkness with light. I think so. Yeah, see, thanks saying that. Yeah, darkness can beat the light of grace from above. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Dale. Thank appreciate that. Appreciate you with the kind words. Native Girl Monarch, you are genuine. Everyone feels that all your sharks are behind you all the way. Thank you so much, Native Girl. Yeah, I appreciate you too, Native Girl, for all you do for the channel moderating. Um, Thank you so much. Thank you to all my mods. Thank you everybody that the members, the subscribers, the lurkers too, and I mean everything else is just secondary. Definitely secondary. Let's see. Is anyone able to get me Neo's government name? I have certain software I'm able to run backgrounds on. I've been searching for an actual name and can't find it. I think I might know his actual name. I think he has it posted up in, somewhere on his Instagram or somewhere. I've seen it where it has his name. When he, and that was always Mark. You're not responsible for any shenanigans that I get up to. Flojo says found a tweet that came from Neo's page and it says, "My friends be like, dude, that girl would have been perfect for you after absolutely cramming her S in 3 a.m. March 26, 2025." Whoa, that's what Neo was saying. That's crazy, huh? Wonder what he meant by that. Hmm. Yeah, Goldie, right? January to September, it's a very long time. Yeah. Closest never go. Always interested. One of my greatest mentors always said he turned to criminal defense after The realization that if you raise a puppy in a cage and show it no love, it typically Cindy. Cindy. Cindy, what are you pleading the fifth to? Spill the tea, Cindy. You got some tea? Yeah, it's weird, Flo. That's freaking weird. Close says, turns out to be a certain way, violent. Yet the pups that are shown love and care almost always result in the opposite. Obviously, there are an anomalies, but generally, this is true in my experience. Yeah, that begs the question, right? Did something like that happen to Jay Carroll? Damn, this Coke Zero's hitting the spot. Hey, C. Kyla1, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. This picture I was trying to look for when I was at the second home, and I could not find this. Yeah, Coke. I know. I've been meaning to go hiking. I've just been catching up on a bunch of personal stuff, but soon, soon, soon. And I think the hiking is going to be members only. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Because that way I can get a little bit loose and you guys get to know me a little bit better. Cindy, I plead the fifth on everything. uh, oh, it's restricted? Whoa. Yeah, what do you think he meant by that, Flo? Yeah, let me fill up my cup with Coke Zero. Give me 1 second. Okay, I like that Coke too. But yeah, I prefer Coke Zero for sure. When Coke Zero came out, I was like, "Whoa, Diet Coke! You got some explaining to do, Coke, Diet Coke." Everybody, let's put up the Coke Zero for Chloe. Let's spam the chat with some Coke Zero. Boom, there it is. Yeah, Diet Coke, it does have an aftertaste. We got a clear winner, Coke Zero. But to each their own. Till a take. Yeah, I go to this gas station. It has like Diet Coke and Coke Zero on fountain, and I'm just like, oh, I want to get, I want to get both. Chloe. go. Let's go, Shark Family. Let's go. Chloe. Dog gangs, you feel like you're throwing tomatoes right now? No, Chloe's great. Chloe's great, guys. Diet Coke Zero? Somebody said Diet Coke Zero. That's funny. You guys ever want to know about the Koberger case? Uh, she's the one. De la Tank. Oh, you guys are funny. Uh, yes, you are, Chloe. Yes, you are. All right, let me move to this right here. So shout out to this person right here. And I mean, look at this. Flo, check this out. Remember this? He's the one that brought it up. Diet Cindy Lean Diet Extra Coke Zero Zero. Fudge. Might as well drink water at that point. Diet Coke Zero. Diet Extra Coke Zero Zero. All right, all right. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chloe. But check this out, Flo. Remember this? Oh yeah, Dale Dink. Who would that be? Yeah. So these pictures, I mean, was from Reddit, right? And yeah, you're the one that brought it up. You're the first one that brought it up, and we were looking at this, and we were like, "Whoa!" It was like mind blowing. So there's just a little piece of what I found on Reddit. I mean, there's good information on there, and I mean, you just have to sift through all the bullshit that's in there. Yeah. So this person, shout out to this person right here. Some more pictures of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just like to give credit where credit is due. Plenty of credit to go around. Plenty of credit to go around. Maybe next time it'll be you, Dilla Dank. You never know. You might find something that's interesting, and I'll bring it up. Yeah, like a month and a half. Yep. But I do like the. Yeah, I do like how this person right here put all this together. I mean, there's I mean, there's some really good people on there that are really deep diving into this case. And I think what they were trying to say is that maybe that left part of the Tesla is like a shovel or something, like one of those shovels that you dig through. I think it's just part of the tarp, to be honest. And, but they're saying that that's what they think it might be. Cindy, me too. Cindy Lean, me too. Just I'm like that sheriff from the Jake Carroll case. He's like, you keyboard warriors, you don't be looking out. Don't go looking for a baby monolitho. You guys are just keyboard warriors. Y'all, thank you, Gold Deer. Appreciate you. Wouldn't I'm not detective there, but I'm just nosy. hmm But yeah, I did see this today, and I thought it was pretty interesting how they put the information together. Um, but I do think the left part of the Tesla, I think that just might be. But I mean, look how they enhanced it though too. The pictures. I do think that might be just part of the tarp. Streaker. Part-time college and full-time speculator. Keep a warrior shirt. Cindy. So I'm wondering if that was part of uh, to carry it in there, or part of just putting it on top with the clothes in there, right? And then they unzipped it. I mean, so many questions. See, because it even has the that window, right? See, there's some more pictures of that uh of the plastic. I think it's from Chat GPT. I think with Chat GPT, because I did that with Chat GPT and I tried to enhance it, and it does that. I mean, it can only enhance it so much that it like, I don't know what the term is called, but when and it enhances it to the max, it comes out like it almost looks like one of those moon pictures. Cindy, what's that, native girl? Mark, expand on description for club. Oh, so this right here is the Tesla where Celeste Rivas' body was found inside of David, the singer's Tesla in the Hollywood Hills. And we were in the chat room, and Flojo, I was like, man, if somebody can figure this out, what is that? What is that? And we were trying to figure that out. and we were saying that it could have been like the car cover or part of a tarp for a like one of those tents, right, with the windows on there. I was actually with Hio. We were collabing with. I was collabing with Hio, and we did like a 4 or 5 hour live or something like that, like 4 hours. And so Flojo was mentioning that it could be this, right? What is this again called? I mean, it's escaping my mind. What is this thing called on the left? It's like dry cleaner. What is it? Something dry cleaner. I can't think right now. And so we were just like deep diving and seeing what that could be, and I enhanced the photo of it, and yeah, we're just like deep diving in what that could be, what was around there, around the car, inside, outside, and stuff like that. Yeah, the garment bag. There you go. Thank you. So like a dry cleaning garment bag. Here's some more pictures of it. But that was it. It was just I'm just going over what I saw on Reddit information because SM from what investigates was saying like yeah there's not much information or something like that or there's like they're muddying the waters but I mean there's still plenty of good information and good people in there that are trying to find some sort of information or some form of or some what's it called the timeline. I mean the timeline is just so impossible. Mm-hmm. With the blue images, which one's that one? This one? Dry cleaner's bag, dry cleaner's garment. And from what I've heard, it's heavy duty too. Yeah, so with this picture right here, what the redditor was saying that he thinks on the left side is it might be like a shovel or something like um to where you're digging trenches with this. I don't think so. I think it's just part of like part of the a tarp or something. I really don't know to be honest. I mean, it could be anything. And so what they did is they're enhancing the pictures. And I think they did it through like Chat GPT or something like that. Because that's when I enhance the pictures, it does that. It changes the color, the contrast, and it tries to make some images or backgrounds pop more than other colors. Hmm. I mean, yeah, I mean it does look like that what they're representing at the top middle, like some kind of farming tool. I just don't see. I don't see what that. I mean, maybe they were gonna do that after, right? Maybe digging or something. I don't know. To be honest, I always thought it was just part of a tarp, like the end part, the corner part of it. Chio or Hio? It's I thought it was Hio. Isn't it Hio? Hio Sandra? Pretty sure it's Hio Sandra. You think it does look like one? Yeah, it does. It does look like some type of body part is hanging from there, and that's what I mean. I always show that picture when I hear um, people in like the media or something like or online or say, oh, the moving of the body, it's just the moving of the body, and we went over some of the law of it, and I mean, it's ridiculous. You get like up to 1 year, $1,000 fine, and or up to 10,000. Just unbelievable. But I think maybe if it is an overdose, then I really hope they go and find who gave her that, right? I mean, aren't you supposed to have all your medication locked up or something, somewhere safe so children don't get into it? Heal, heal, Sandra, heal, 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 like this. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, we've been saying that. Hey guys, sorry about that. I got booted. It restarted. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I got it from Reddit. From this person right here, Justice for Celeste. Thank you, thank you. And welcome in Colo SF. Okay, thank you for the audio check. So I think this is the tool they're saying. Let me bring this up. It's another picture of that tool. Again, I don't think it is that. I think I think it just might be part of either a tarp But it does look shiny for some reason. I mean, it could be, yeah, it could be like the ones that they use, but it looks more of a garment bag for cleaners. Looks big as fuck. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of did see the Gabriel Fernandez one. That was a hard one to watch. So I kind of yeah, it was a tough one. But yeah, I kind of dipped into it a little bit, but it was just hard to watch what they did. Oh, it looks like a bag they used in that video. Let me bring up something else real quick. Oh, here it is. This is what they're saying that it is. Well, this is what they're saying they think it is. I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I think so too, Darcy. For me too. But the other stuff too is the other stuff too that they were showing for the case. I mean for the pictures was really good. But I mean I did want to add this because it was part of their whole like collage. Oh, you were friendly with that guy that prosecuted him? He was never the same. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Just very dark stuff in that case. I mean, yeah, it's just unimaginable the depths of the human psychology, what it could go, the human psyche, how far it can go into the depths of darkness. hmm And that's one of those cases. Heli to Thenas. Here's some more pictures too I dug up. They're saying that this is at Caesar's Palace. I mean, it's like remarkable and how people on Reddit find out the locations of these pictures. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Chloe. It's pretty dark stuff. So see, they were saying that this person Za, I think that's how you say it, performed in Vegas on October 28, 2023 at the T-Mobile Arena, part of her SOS tour. Most attended concert of all time, October 28, 2023. And it's so, I mean, the more you go back, the more Celeste Rivas gets younger. That's the other disturbing part. Oh, the social workers were charged too? Wow. Wow. Yeah, it was that bad. There's Esmeralda right there. How do you pronounce it, Westside Piff? Za? Z? Z? S-A-Z-A? How would I pronounce that? Fill me in. Fill me in. hmm Yeah, Gold Digger, because you start going back and it's like, okay, she turned 15 when they found her. Then you go back a year 14. Then you go back another year 13. Then you go back another year 12, right? And supposedly they made contact. SZA. Ah, SZA. Thank you. Thank you, Westside. Appreciate you. But it's interesting how people find like where the picture would be based off the picture or based off like what they found on Facebook and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. I mean, that'd be interesting to see where some of those other pictures of Celeste are. Like for example, like this one right here, or where what her last known picture is. And that's the thing too is like they found. I mean, I'm surprised law enforcement didn't take the camera with thousands of pictures unless they downloaded it. I mean, I mean that's why wouldn't you take a camera? And that would give you a timeline too, I would imagine. That's what people are saying that this is the last known public photo of Celeste, but I don't know. And where is this picture? And who took the picture? Oh, let me show you another one too that I found. It was very interesting too. Let me bring that one up. 1 second. The SD card, Cindy? I would hope so. There's a camera that SF Investigates found at the house at the Hollywood Hills home, and he said that he found thousands of pictures of pretty much David's crew, like his inner circle when they're partying, and he's taking pictures. I think I have a picture of him holding it, but I want to bring up the picture of. of something that I saw in here. Just give me 1 second. It's like right here somewhere. Let's see. I mean, it looks like it's Celeste, and she's like covering her face. But I think that's why they didn't report her to CPS, because I think they were just thinking that maybe she would run away again. And if she's back and she's not in school, then that's just something else too. Where is it? I mean, yeah, look at this one right here. Look at this picture, and then I'll find the other one. Just give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. So let me bring that up. I can't wait to get a computer. Make this so much easier, especially for the viewer. I think this is the one that Della Dink sent me. Because this one has his name. This one too we were trying to figure out the other night. And then Della Dink's like, no, it has his name on there. I'm like, what? It has his name on there this whole time? We were trying to figure it out. But it was from David's own account. But let me bring up that picture. So I wanted to bring this one up. Let me see. Okay, here we go. This picture I haven't seen. It's pretty interesting right here. You guys tell me what you think. Let me load it up. Give me 1 second. Did you give him a name? What are the results for your name, Flo? Did you decide? What do you guys think about this? Oh, you're in Cali, Flojo? I mean, Chloe? Right on. What do you guys think about this picture right here? This one I haven't seen. Oh, you've been lurking? Nice. I like lurking. Your grandpup. Yep. Doesn't that look like Celeste in the back? I mean, the exact same mannerisms of her blocking her head, her her face. I don't know. I just found this one pretty interesting. Dang, 614 subs now? Whoa, what the heck? Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Hit the like button if you haven't had already. I don't know. This picture is very, very eerie to me. And look at the sandals right there. The what do they call them? Pantuflons. It's like the same ones she was wearing when she went to go confront that neighbor. Remember that neighbor where she went and they had like a dispute. Theodore Lee. Right, Whitney. That's what I was trying to see if anybody saw that. Yeah, doesn't that look like Celeste? And same with the face too, like how she's trying to hide the face. And then who are the other people too? Yeah, in the back, in the couch. I think that's Celeste with the same sweater. But just the mannerisms of her covering her face. She lit up that joint. Yeah, she did. she's been a she's been a teen. Yeah, coincidence three number 3092. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like just the way, and then it's like here, boom. It's like the same, almost the same sweater, the pattern, and then her hiding her face too. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know who these other people are. But but Reddit is saying that Pantuf Crocs. Yeah, that's the one. But Reddit was saying that this is inside of her home. So again, take it with a grain of salt. And she's always covering her head, her face. Yep. So I thought that was interesting. Oh, and let me bring this up because that's they were trying to say that maybe that's David in the crouching right there, like the prayer, like on his knees. But I don't know. I don't know if that is him or not. But let me bring up another picture. Mm, thought I had it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it is. It looks like the same jacket, right? The same sweater jacket. Yep, that's what I thought too. But there's another picture. Let me bring it up. Where is that picture? Oh, it's starting to get cold. Mm. Oh, here it is. Let me bring this up. Give me 1 second. Loading up. Takes a little bit longer to load it on the phone. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait to get the computer. I'm looking for a computer. David's in here? Well, supposedly he's been watching Redditors. So let me bring this picture up. So what do you guys think about this? Like, is that any of the shoes there? Like, could that be David in the back? I don't know. Yeah, so I definitely think that is Celeste. In my humble opinion, I do think that's Celeste. It's just I don't know who the other people are. You don't think so, Jaded? You still think that's Celeste at the in the balcony in the concert? Yeah, Jordans. The ones he's wearing is Jordans. The one David is wearing. So I'm like, I don't think it is. But the back ones kind of look like it. So I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a stretch or something. But it was nonetheless it was interesting to see. I think there's the same shoes by the couch. So that might be the ones in the couch. And that's what I was wondering. I'm like, could that be David there? Here's another picture too of Celeste. How they this is from Reddit too. Bring this up 1 second. I mean, what a trip that would be, right? That would be placing him at the home. It just looks like everybody's covering their face. Yeah, and who took the picture too, right? It's a good question. Let me bring this other picture up too. I don't know. I thought that was interesting because I've never seen that picture before. See, I did like how they put her face in there, and see this right here. See the picture of her on the bottom left. I'm like, okay, because her hair's red on the one that's above her. So I'm like, that can't be her because that girl has red hair. But with the light, when the light hits her hair, it has like this redness to it. So I started seeing different pictures in a different light when I saw that. When I saw this picture, because that's definitely her in all one, two, three, four, five, and then the one that's in the middle left. I was like, is that her? I don't know. That person has like red hair. Because Celeste has very dark hair. So yeah, now I do believe that that's her in all those other pictures too, the ones with the red hair, with that red tint to it. I don't think she dyed her hair. I think it's just the way the light is hitting her hair. Let's see. All right, Cindy, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. You have a good night. You have a good rest. Thank you for joining us. And having a look-alike around with the same name is crazy, and other Celeste wasn't around till Rivas disappeared. Westside Piff is saying. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's Oh, Yoshi? Oh, right on. Yoshi, that's cool. I hope I'm saying it right. Let me see what you sent me, Flo. Yeah, Flo Joe. Let me see. Yeah, you get tanned out there at Lake Elsinore. Yeah, that's true, huh? And if you're indoors all day, then your skin color goes lighter. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Yeah, that's the thing too, Darcy. I'm like, I'm kind of on the fence about it, but now I'm just like, I think that's her, you know. But then again, why aren't some of these people not coming forward if they're not them? That's another question I've had. Oh, damn, that's a lot to read. I'll read that later. So, Darcy, you were saying something about if something about other potential victims. So let me play this video because that's a good question. Let me play this video from Anglisi. He was one of his former friends, David's former friends. Let me bring that up. I'll bring it up. It just takes a second to upload. Yeah, right here. Just takes a little second. Let me take a sip of my Coke Zero. Taylor Dank says he low-key made us believe it wasn't her to throw us off. He planned this thing, in my opinion. Native girl, same shoes he has on by the couch. Westside, it looks like him to me laying down. Colo says, oh, I see her now. That's her. Westside, who took the pic? Diligent. I feel like he purposely made it seem like she had disappeared in late January, but she wasn't, because I don't know, wouldn't her body be close to bones, and if she was kept frozen, the person doing her COD would be able to tell. There's a text screenshot where SPE said she was dyeing her hair. Oh, really? Huh. That's not her skin tone, Jaded says. Westside, and having a look-alike around. Okay, yeah, I read that one. There's the middle photo left, not Celeste Rivas, different facial structure.
This video, I just want to address some stuff. Now, a lot of people on Twitter are mad at me because in 2023, I tried to expose David for what he was doing at the time. And I just want to clear up that the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was 13. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls, underage girls, that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them or, doing inappropriate things with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of shit for it. It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got it here. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after that. So from my point of view, you guys need to understand that it did look like they were just claims. So a lot of people are asking me, why was I promoting a song in 2024 and 2025 that I had with David? It's because the claims that I had in 2023 were, put on hold. It's as if they didn't exist. I had no idea. I was told that they were false by David and his legal team. So after the whole situation happened, I actually felt bad for, spreading misinformation. I thought it was all fake. Obviously, with the stuff that's happened in the past 24 hours, I realized that, they're now real, and some people have come out to me and told me that, it was true. Not just that, but in 2023, when I made the claims, David's legal team did not want anyone to know that David was doing this type of stuff. So basically they blamed me and said that I was leaking music, but I wasn't leaking any music. They blamed me for leaking music. I was leaking the facts. So they just said that they're gonna blame me for leaking music. That's my punishment. My song is off. That's it. And you guys need to understand that I felt terrible. I felt like I was gonna ruin his career out. I felt like I was spreading misinformation for him. I felt disgusting, bro. I was like, I gave him claims that weren't true because from what it looked like to me, they weren't true. They were cleared and everything. No one else came out after that. But then obviously now it's a different story. That's why I was promoting the songs in 2024, 2025. I was cool with him. I wasn't like, friends with him and stuff, but I didn't have a problem with him. Little do I know that he hated me. He has me blocked on Twitter right now, and he's blocked me within the past 24 hours because I was not blocked prior to, everything happening. And also, I just want to add that I live in Egypt. I don't live in the US. I can't go to NYPD. I can't go to LAPD. I can't get in touch with the FBI. The stuff that I had was just Discord messages. I didn't have any solid evidence that he did it. But now obviously looking at it, it makes sense. So I just wanted to clear it up because a lot of people think I'm doing it for clout and I'm doing it for this and I'm doing it for that. I'm just doing it because I felt the time was right, and I've been sitting on this information and I'm just glad it's out now. I also want y'all to know that I was 16. I was a kid. I was scared. I didn't want any legal things to happen. I didn't want my family to get involved. I was a 16-year-old kid. I was petrified. But that's it really. I just wanted to mention that I don't have anything to do with Celeste. I'm praying for her family. There's a GoFundMe link. It'll be in my comments. I'll try pin it. And at this time, we just need to pray for the best, and hopefully this dude gets what he deserves. And I'm so sorry for not speaking about this sooner. I was scared, and I'm doing what I can now.
Yeah, absolutely. At 16, when you have a legal team coming up to you and saying that they're gonna do this or the other, I mean, yeah, you're 16, you're scared. You're just trying to put your music out there. And he's just trying to be like, hey, is this true? What's going on with this? And to me, I think this guy seems legit to me, okay? this guy, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. It doesn't seem like it's anything extraordinary what he's saying. To me, he seems legit. His name's Anglisi, and I haven't really seen too much activity on his either TikTok, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely like to hear more from this guy and what he has to say. This guy seems like he's got some stuff to say. So, I mean, at 16, could you imagine, people in suits or people calling you saying that you're leaking some artist's music and that's your punishment, that you're not going to be on the record label? And that's the thing too, these gatekeepers, these pieces of shit gatekeepers who are like, well, if you're not falling in line, then you're not going to have your music play in our platform. And you're just a kid, you're 16, and you're just trying to, um, do your music. And at that age, you're like, well, if if this could make me, and they're saying no, I mean, that's got to do something to your soul. It should be soul crushing. And to me, like those gatekeepers, I mean, nobody should have that type of power. Like P Diddy, people who are the gatekeepers of anything. You shouldn't have that much power to where you're controlling like the whole, half the music industry, part of the music industry, to go through you. Um, yeah, just I don't believe in that. I don't think anybody should have that type of power in order for somebody to make it. But that was it. There's another one. It's a short one. I'll play that one too. But yeah, I definitely would like to hear more from this guy. I think what he has to say is important. And again, it doesn't seem like it's too far fetched or anything. Like he's making anything that's, yeah, he just seems legit to me. He really does. I really believe this guy. But again, take it with a grain of salt, and just I mean, maybe we'll see him later on or soon. I haven't seen any more stuff from this guy. Mm-hmm. Let me play another one. It's just uploading right now. I want to play this one, and then I want to play the Hollywood Hills one. The when I went out there.
So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about the David situation, and a lot of you guys may know that I used to be friends with David. And a lot of you guys have seen the stuff I put on Twitter and Instagram trying to expose him, because there was some stuff that I knew since 2023 that I have tried to make public, but it's been shut down by legal team. Just people, friends, close friends of David. It's been shut down. They tried to, I tried to post it on Twitter, they removed it. So as you can see here, I've attached some photos just of some of the stuff that's happened. There's way more, and I do hope that hopefully it comes to light. I'm working with some people right now to hopefully, get him exposed once and for all. Obviously as well, my prayers are going to the family of the victims, and it's a disgusting thing that happened, and I just want to say that I feel guilty for knowing this, and I swear to God on everything I try my best to get it out. I've been trying since 2023. Y'all can see the proof. I've put the proof on Twitter, Instagram, y'all saw it. I tried my best. I've been trying, and it just didn't work. And I'm so glad, because everything happens for a reason. The truth will come to light. Everything happens for a reason. This dude David had ignored me multiple times. He would only get answer the messages from his underage fans. So it all comes back to him. So I'm so glad that obviously this is being exposed, and yeah, that's it really. And we just gotta hope for the best at this time.
Yeah, he definitely does, right? He definitely does need to send that information to the police. And I wonder if he has. I wonder if, I mean, he says he's in Egypt. I don't know where he's at now or what's going on with this kid, but this kid seems to be in the front lines of his legal team and his friends. Like he's like an example. He would be an example of what somebody that wanted to speak out happened, right? Your music gets taken down. You're not collabing. You're not going to be working in Hollywood. We're going to threaten you with legal uh, action at 16. Could you imagine that? So, and then he's saying his close friends too. So to me, David has a really close group of friends from because we're not hearing anything from them either. So I'm gonna upload this other video. Thanks for joining us, JW Phils 1902. Let me post this video. Where's this video? I hope so too. I hope so too. Multiple arrests. Yeah, that would be great if people were held accountable for this horrible crime. It just doesn't seem like you should be able to do that and walk free or like nothing happened. And to me, I think I do think, and I want to give law enforcement the benefit of the doubt that they are doing their best that they can behind the scenes. And maybe because we aren't hearing any updates from them, maybe it's because they don't want to mess it up. And if they don't want to mess it up, that to me is good. Um, I just would hate to see this case not go anywhere. And even with the toxicology report, if it comes back, I mean, what would that mean, right? If it comes back that there's nothing, that there's an overdose. I mean, she's a minor. I mean, just doesn't it just doesn't compute. It doesn't register to me that somebody can be found, Celeste Rivas can be found in the front trunk of a Tesla in the Hollywood Hills, and it's swept under the rug. It just doesn't seem, in like what society is that okay? Yeah, the opioids, right, Whitney? I'm like, come on. Like I always thought the opioids were more regulated and more strict now because of the opioid crisis. I know when I've been to the doctor, even in the emergency room, they've given me ibuprofen, and they don't give me the hard stuff anymore, which is fine. So how does he have like multiples of that? So what would that mean if it's undetermined? If the toxicology comes back undetermined, like what does that mean for the case? What does that mean in general? I mean, I'm being very hopeful and I'm being very optimistic. I mean, am I being naive? I just wish somebody would pay for this crime because it is a crime. And whatever else information that they have, more, not just one charge, like multiple charges, I would imagine, not just moving the body. I mean, when they say that, oh man, it boils my blood when people say that. Oh, it's just the moving of the body. It's like, no, you're moving a minor. You're moving Celeste. That's somebody's kid. That's somebody's best friend. That's somebody's cousin. It's not just moving a body. It's not just moving the body. It's Celeste Rivas, and she deserves justice. This video uploading. It's the Hollywood Hills ones, because when I was out there the other day, um, when I was up there, there was no service, and I went from the second home. You guys saw the live when I was live on scene at Doheny Drive, on second home in Hollywood in LA, and it was like a 4-minute drive. It was so close to to the other home, the main one, the one where the Tesla was found. I mean, it's like 4 minutes. I mean, I could have walked it. I could have walked it from the second home all the way to the Hollywood Hills where David was staying. I could have walked it. There was just no. There's the reception up there was bad, so the live cut out. So, but I do have video of it from the day when I was up there before. So I do want to share that with you guys. Those people who were on the live. I do want to share that. Yeah, Della, thank you. Nailed it right on the head with that. People only feel that way until it's their own family. Darcy, in California, opiates are Schedule 4, highly controlled substance. You can't just have multiple bodies legal. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Closest, I think they will be able to have some results from toxicology, but if not, they will move forward with their best theory. In my opinion, they're just waiting to see. Whitney, meanwhile, David, who is in his 20s in the peak of health, somehow manages to get multiple bottles. And why leave those behind, right? Alright, the video is uploading. It's about 54%. I do want to show this video. 70%. Wow, it jumped up to 70. 100%. Okay, processing. Here we go. Processing. Oh, it was originally romantic murder? Dang. Really? Huh. Right, and that doesn't help, right? His whole persona, his whole um, style, right? The bloody shirts. It doesn't help, but then again, it could just be coincidences. He might be just the unluckiest person alive that all these coincidences are happening. But something tells me it's the universe. It's the universe coming down on somebody, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see until we get there, until we cross that bridge. And again, I don't want to believe that somebody can do that and get away with it. Bottom line. All right, the video's just processing. Just give it a second. I do want to show it. Oh, the coffins too. Yeah, the coffins at the show. I mean, sometimes I have to say that, right? It's like, how many coincidences? How much more benefit of the doubt? I mean, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I always have since day one. Here, okay, so here's the Hollywood Hills. You'll see how many cameras there are out there. You'll see the cameras. And I'll point to the one that I think is the one SF investigates is saying that it's might capture is the one that might have captured the Tesla. It was a nice day out there too. So the second home on Doheny Drive is really close to this place. 4-minute. It's like a 4-minute drive. I mean, it's unbelievable how close it is to this home. So this is the Hollywood Hills. This is David's house, right there on the right. I'm just kind of setting up the camera, getting used to the iPhone stabilizer. Was they called a gimbal? So there's a camera there, right across the street from his house. Do me a favor, guys. Can you guys hit the like button, please? Really helps out. Thank you. This is, and this right there down the side is where they found the remember the card too, the Tesla card, like washed down down the street. Somebody that was walking by found it. Hi, Diana Gonzalez 6686. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, this is where they found the Tesla card. Right here in this little gutter area. Something that just fell and it just washed down the road. I mean, how else would it got there? See, I zoom into another camera right there. Another camera there. To the right of the camera on that pillar. See, I think all these cameras captured the car driving down. But I think the one that he was saying that you can't see it coming down, you'll see that camera, I believe, is the one that SF investigates is alluding to. In my opinion, I think it is that one. Because it's saying it turned the corner. And there's no service here. It's pretty strange. There's no service here in this area. Like, absolutely no service. My phone was saying SOS. It was creepy. See, there's another camera facing the other way. Think it was red herring, Darcy? When do you think there's evidence there? I'll check next time I go. Thank you, Jaded. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. So see, this is coming up. I'm going down the street right here, away from David's house. And I think this is where the Tesla was driving to get it parked. And I think this is the camera right here coming up. This is the one I believe captured the Tesla. I mean, any of those cameras could have captured the Tesla. And the person in there too. I mean, who was driving that Tesla? And did they have any knowledge of that there was a body in the front? See, look at this one right here. I think this is the one right there. Because he said it turned the corner, but you don't see it coming from the street. But see, the street to the left, there's nothing there. It's like a one-way. It's like a dead end. So see how it turns? And I think that's where it captured the person in the car. I think that camera is the one. Oh, is that what it was? It bounces off the hills? Oh, wow. So yeah, I think this is the road that the Tesla was um, took as it was parking. I really do believe that, and I do believe the camera back there was the one that was captured wherever it was on the video, on the captured on the video who was driving the Tesla. But there's a ton of cameras here too. I mean, I wanted to check it out for myself, and yeah, there's tons of cameras here. I'm like, oh shit, there's one right there. I mean, this could have been it right there too. Oh, look at that. That could be it too. I mean, it could have been any number of cameras. Those are fancy potholes. Holes. More cameras. Yeah, on the on Apple Maps it says Doheny Place, and then the second home is Doheny Drive. Yeah, the car's on another street. I'll show you a picture of that. But the street that's David's house is Doheny Place. Yeah, it's very narrow. I mean, even in the pictures, you guys can tell it's narrow. But when you're there, there's sometimes the cars have to you have to just move to the side. I walk fast. Yeah, I don't know. I walk fast, I guess. And I was gonna go up that street, but man, those cars are crazy. They don't stop for stop signs there. So it's hard to go up there, so I was like, I'll pass. I won't go up there. But as you can see, there's a ton of cameras. It's like the Truman Show. So that's the street they went up, I believe. So that was a good walkthrough of that area. Let me bring up the area where the car was found, and you'll see how close that was to the house. Let me bring that up. Excuse me. Got hiccups. Just let it load. Read comments. Oh yeah, thank you, Colo. Flo just says, imagine if he was really set up though. Yeah, I mean, to set someone up and to get away with it and frame somebody, it's not as easy as you might think. A lot of planning to it. And this doesn't seem like it was planned. Are you thinking the Tesla car red herring? Yeah, it could be. I mean, because there was another Tesla there too, on the same road. It was one of the neighbors. Colo then immediately after he moves the car, he goes on tour to San Francisco with a freaking small size coffin and a funeral themed show. Hello, Arresto Sicko yesterday. Flojo says, I saw a video that said that David sold the Tesla to someone. They never changed the title, and the red Tesla was bought for David and his manager. Well, that's why the broke too, because they said it was registered to him. So he never reported it stolen. It wasn't. It was registered to his name. But yeah, I heard that too. Red Tesla's leased. Yeah, let me see where the Tesla was found. The street. The street name. Let me see. Tesla towed with Celeste Rivas' body. Yeah, Bluebird Avenue. Bluebird Avenue is where the Tesla is. And I have video. I'm uploading it right now. I'll show you from where the Tesla was parked. I'll show you how far that is from the house. Just loading. It says 100%. Oh, there we go. Processing. me catch up on chat. Yeah, the roads are pretty potholey and crap. Yep. Yeah, so it's on Bluebird where it was towed. Mm. LA doesn't have that money for this kind of stuff. Flo was saying the other thing, it'd be like that in California. Yep. Cola says, I want some of those fortress shrubberies. Yeah, they do have some really good shrubberies out there. Those fancy potholes, stoic detention. Fancy potholes. Yeah, $4 million home with potholes, huh? Make that make sense. Whitney, I'd be mad if I'm paying thousands a month and don't get cell service or road with no potholes. Yeah, for sure. Deanna Gonzalez, you think with all the money, then people would have chipped in to fix the street road for the cars. Mm-hmm. JD, there should be no parking on those streets, too. Yeah, they try to keep the parking on the streets unavailable. Like when I went to the second home, you can't park on the street after 8 p.m. So there are some areas like that. You heard a rooster, Whitney? Narrow for department to go through? Yep. No sidewalks? Yep. Flo says Farbroth is still brand new in LA. Not many areas have it yet, and if they do, mostly businesses. Gold Digger, yes, Flojo was that pick of Bluebird previously that Mark was showing, the one with the huge privacy hedge. Mm-hmm. You saw Shadow Mark. Whitney. I was going too fast. Chloe, yeah, framed just like Brian. Kidding. Right? When people were saying he was framed, Koberger, Brian Koberger was framed, I'm like, geez, come on, guys. Oh man, I'm glad that case got through the courts. I personally think he should have been shot by firing squad, and not one person. And you know how they have one bullet for supposedly for to shoot. I mean, I think they should have loaded all of them. But that's just me. There's some crimes like that you just should not exist. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Those incels don't have that kind of skills. Little gamer freaks. Kodo. Stoke Dissension, there's at least a couple roosters on every block around here. Yeah, I heard some in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah. You guys heard that? They're pretty good security, actually, and the raccoons do not mess around. Gold Digger, yes, we have really bad potholes in California. Ooh, the IE is a major hub for import-export, big rigs everywhere. They own their freeways and roads. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Floja, but if he sold it, he would need to report it. Dank, yes. Colo, I used to work at the public defender's office in San Francisco. Person with coffin, wouldn't bat an eyelash. Colo, Black Tesla was only in David's name. Still had his old Texas plate and expired expiration. Yep. Flojo, but that wouldn't make sense though because he asked someone to move it and they went on tour July 29th, so it was definitely in his possession. Yeah, he never sold the Tesla. It was still in his name. That's how they knew it was his. That's how they knew it was a up and coming rapper singer. When it's gonna take, it's one of them to get scared enough to come forward. I hope so. Something's got to give, and everybody's being super quiet. Sari Mag, I had no idea those streets were so narrow. Yep, very narrow. Floja, but why? Why did he allow it to expire, especially for 8 months? I don't know. Good question. Only David knows. Sari Max, hopefully I'm saying that right. And the house so close. Yeah, the house is definitely close. Colo, he abandoned it, hoping for a Pulp Fiction tow yard disposal without paying off the tow yard owner. Colo, he knew it would be towed when he was in his tour, a torture with his lame ass garage band music. Dang. Dang. Telling Mark, this music makes me feel I need to figure this out. Oh, those shoes? It's interesting. When you flow, we need to take Yoshi out there for a sniff. Maybe you can track for us. Colo, I know driving my turbo Carrera on potholes is no bueno. Dang. I was just gonna say that, Jade. Really harsh is my mellow. Go there. Colo, that's been my thought. You park it on the street that you don't even live on. That's weird. Leave it and know at some point it would have to be towed. Mm-hmm. Del Dank, I also think that David didn't count with Celeste's mom knowing his name. Whitney, I think it was so disrespectful that the DA cut a deal with him without even consulting the parents on those poor victims. They were completely blindsided. Flojo, he's a little sniffer. Whitney, these kids need to realize just because you can play Call of Duty doesn't mean you can live Call of Duty. Half of them are little bitchs anyway. I think that's what you're saying. Darcy, goal, David's crew, not from around. D, Colo. One of the trick-or-treaters had a Fortnite shirt on and he told me proudly I'm a murderer. Whoa. Alright, pretty much caught up with chat. And I am at the 3 hour mark. Wow. So we got a lot of stuff we went over. And the chat was on fire as usual. And thank you guys for being really cool with each other and super respectful. That really goes a long way with me and each other. We definitely just discuss the ideas. We don't do the victim blaming. We don't do the bashing of each other's ideas or anything like that. We debate the ideas. We don't debate the person. We don't do any personal attacks on each other in chat. We keep it cool. We keep it classy. So I really appreciate everybody um, just being cool. It's not that hard. It's not hard to be cool and nice. It's free to be nice. So I'm very grateful to have a great chat in my channel. When he says after seeing where the street is, why park it there? Why not just drive it to Walmart parking lot or something? Because there's a body in there. It always comes back to because there's a body in there. Why not put it in the garage? Because there's a body in there. Why um, why not leave it to somebody that could take it, right? Why not have one of your friends that are not going on tour take it with them so they can drive it or register it? It's because there's a body. It always comes back because there's a body in there, in my humble opinion. Mm-hmm. Really good chat. Really good chat. Everybody here is cool. Everybody here is chill. So I really love that. So I'm gonna play an outro music, and yeah, again, thank you everybody for joining me. It's 3 hours. That went by super fast. And make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, share this video, get the awareness out. I'm telling you, Redditors, the internet is not sleeping on this case. They are not going to let it go cold. And justice for Celeste Rivas. Bottom line. Everything else is noise. And I always leave you guys with this message is be aware of your surroundings, lock your doors in your car, lock your windows. Don't let people get too close to you at the store or when you're at the ATM or where you're paying at the counter. Elbow them. Be rude. Tell them to get out of your bubble. Because what they're doing is they're trying to get your information. And that's just creepy too. So keep your head on a swivel. Always be aware of your surroundings. Always be around people who want the best for you. Because I want the best for you too. Those are the people I want to hang out with. People who want the best for me. Not people who want to bring me down. Not people who want to keep me down. I want people that want to bring me up. And that's what I want for you guys too. Is people that want the best for you. Just keep that in mind, please. Because it took me a while to realize that you just don't need those type of people in your life. And when you start hanging out with people that want good for you, the sky's the limit. So justice for Celeste Rivas. I'm going to continue this case. I'm going to continue, and continue to do this case. And to bring awareness and to bring some light. And man, I hope and pray that whoever did this comes forward. Whoever did this gets justice. Whoever did this doesn't sleep. Whoever did this is looking over their shoulder. Whoever did this, they're coming for you. Expect a knock on your door. I'll leave you guys with that. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. Seriously, you guys are really good people, and I could see that. So, thank you so much. You guys have a good day. Good night. Bye.